Y'all, this is the day that the Lord has made. Not Donikia, not Pastor Hurd, not your neighbors, but this is the day that the Lord has made. So we should be rejoicing and be glad in it. I'm glad I didn't make this day, because it would be a mess. But thank God that he made it. So you know it's perfect because he already knew the plan. Ooh, Lord. First, giving on to God, Pastor Hurd, first ladies, members, and friends. And Daddy, thank you for the introduction. I wanted to give you a little history on Youth Lives Matter because it'll all resonate with our youth, because, of course, I was once a youth myself. And it was two things that inspired Youth Lives Matter. My brother's death, which will be 21 years this year, and the incarcerated. And I know you're wondering, how do they connect? But I can just tell you straight off the head that if we don't do right, our children will end up in one or the other sooner than we expect them to. But a lot of people thought it was just a cleanup. But God was cleaning me up. So in the midst of me processing what I need to do, I'm seeing it right in my very face that our children are lost. And see, we worry about the behavior and not what led up to the behavior. Behaviors are a cry for help. They crying, will you answer? And see, a lot of children and a lot of our youth, period, they seek validation in the clothes we buy them, in the shoes, make them feel like they somebody, but they should wake up knowing whose they are from day one. So as adults, we got to take accountability for them. See, when I was working in the South Carolina Department of Correction as a mental health counselor, I was 24 years of age. But let me rewind it back. When I was in high school, I was suicidal. You know, it don't matter. I was most athletic. I had perfect attendance kindergarten through 12th grade. But that graduation exam was going to be the separation between me and a high school diploma, so I received a certificate of completion. See, when it came to test, I overthought everything. But what I started to realize was it didn't mean that's the end for me. But I did have people speak negative things over my life, family included. She ain't going to do nothing but work at the poultry. And my first job was the poultry. She going to have a house full of children. That was spoke over my life. And see, when the people that's supposed to love you tell you those things, you begin to believe it. So when you say things like, you're going to be just like your daddy, you speaking life on that child. Because we know that power, life, and death is in that tongue, and you're speaking it on them. But I also remember I had a friend. Her name was Marquita Gibbs. Now, we didn't talk every day, but she was the smart girl in the class, and I would go to sleep. Coach Elkels, for those that's 40, close to it. And I was suicidal one day, and I told her. She ministered to me. She said, you don't need to do that, D. What about the basketball team? You know, we young, so we thinking about everything else. And she said, but I need you to be here. I can't imagine that desk being empty because you hurt yourself. And what she did, she didn't go spread it to the school. She went to her mama, Miss Betsy, and said, Mama, Donikia want to hurt herself. So guess what? They made contact to my family to make sure I was all right. And from that moment, I started to realize that the same ones that were bullying me, you know, The ones in class, because I always been a big girl and I own all that today. And they would say things to me. But you know in the Bible when it says he will make your enemies your footstool. See, the same ones that picked at me and wanted me to take my life because of the things they thought of me or the things they said to me made me feel like I wasn't worth living. But see, God turned that thing around. See, the same ones that was bullying me now want to see my homework assignment. The same ones that were bullying me, asking me, can you help me get my bond signed? Them same ones that were bullying me now are the same ones that say, I think I'm too much, or I think I'm better, or you think you perfect. Well, let me tell you, it's a perfect Jesus. And because I went through those things, that's how I was able to overcome some things. But let me tell you this also. Working in that prison, I seen 17-year-olds with life sentences. And I was the counselor. It was many days that I cried when they left because that easily could have been me. And I knew people in my hometown that were dealing with the same things. So what I started doing was asking them questions like, hey, what about this? And it wasn't that they directly did something wrong. The company you keep. Guilty by association, you become a product of your environment. If you're hanging with people that are doing bad things, eventually when something bad happens, they're automatically naming you. That's exactly what happens. And I know you think your parents lame when they say, I need you to do this, and no, they can't come over today. I understand that. But no, there's a purpose behind it. Parents don't want you to make the same mistakes they made. They don't. They want a better life for you. Sometimes as parents, we do so much that we enable y'all. We don't make you earn anything. We don't prepare you for that day when we leave this world and we can't do them things. How can you stand on your own? And we got to take responsibilities for that. We got to teach you. And then Youth Lives Matters, our mission is Proverbs 2:26, and it's train the child the way he should go, and when he old, he won't depart from it. We got to make sure we're planting them seeds in these children. We got to make sure that. And I told you the second thing was my brother passing. Let me show you how God worked with that. When my brother died, I was 20 years old, and it was August the 14th, his birthday August 17th, my birthday August 18th, he was buried August 20th, all right? I was scheduled to go to college on the 19th, but yeah, I had to push it back because, I didn't want to leave my dad. That was my dad. Me and my brother, my dad is only biological children. And I remember at the scene, I was, mind you, my dad is the first responder, so he witnessed. He had to come to the scene. So now you imagine, you torn between, do I go on and go to college or do I stay there and make sure my dad is okay? My aunt said, who are you to tell God he can't take his child home? She said, who are you to tell God he can't take his child home? And I didn't understand it at the time because I did not have a close relationship with God. But what I tell you is I learned that he is intentional. And for those 13 years of my John Dale's life, he had a great sister that stuck up for him, that bought him when dad was cheap, because back then G-Unit and the throwback jersey was the thing, and he was not about to pay $100 for a jersey. So, when you got a sister that working at the Poacher, she can help you get that jersey. So I was proud of that. Denver Nugget, Carmelo Anthony, that was the thing. And when I tell you that I did not understand, but then I said, well, Lord, I don't want his death to be in vain. And so I don't know why I got stuck with that age group of children, because I had a question mark. How would their life be if they had somebody to talk to? Now, he wasn't a bad child at all. He was riding a four-wheeler. So you started to question. I'm like, God, what is the message behind it? The closer I got to God, the more I start realizing. And then I came up with the attitude of, it really doesn't even matter. We argue, family, grown people, about money. Simple miscommunication. You think somebody throwing off and really they going through something and you ain't even asked how their day was. They didn't speak to you. Do you know what just happened to them on their way here and they just mind everywhere? We want grace, but we won't give it, but okay. But it don't matter, because when that person is dead and gone, you done missed out on many opportunities to make memories. Don't let that happen. And as an older sibling to losing a younger sibling, I was hurt even worse because I felt like I was supposed to protect him. I was supposed to be the auntie that everybody wanted to come to. But I felt like I was robbed, but I wasn't. It gave me motivation to help those others that may not have that tool. But I'm going to tell you how it really works. I know you wonder, what that got to do with youth? Let me tell you what it do. You know them grown people that are mad in the family because, you know, somebody said this, somebody made a post, subliminal post, and now you're mad. You've been mad for months, you've been mad for years, whatever. Now, it affects the youth because your children now can't go to their family house, and now their children don't have a close connection of the memories that y'all had growing up because of grown folks. If we would get out the way and let kids enjoy their family, enjoy it, then things would be a lot better. Do you know how frustrating it is to feel like I want to go over there, but I know I can't? I heard them gossiping, I know I can't. So children really deal with that, and that's a deep situation and a hard pill to swallow. And I'm going to tell you, I will give anything to hug my brother. I don't care about no house, no money, no nothing. I will give anything just to hug him one more time. But you don't have time because we don't know when our last day is going to be. So it just laid on my spirit real bad. You know how families get frustrated about a house, you know, somebody left the house and it ain't in my name. You're going through all this. And you miss out on decades of family reunions and family fun. And they sell the house on the courtyard step. So all that bickering didn't even make sense when you could have really just enjoyed each other. Because when they're gone, they are physically gone. So I just encourage you to make things right them wrongs, have a sit-down conversation, try to understand, get comfortable being uncomfortable because it is so necessary. I also want to say that, y'all, I'm really full on a few things. And I came up with the theme, don't dim your light for the youth. But I had to address the grown people a little bit before I got to the youth. But to my youth, I want to apologize to you all. I want to apologize for not always, I want to apologize on behalf of us adults for not always listening or understanding your cry for help. Our lack of guidance and selfishness, I know make you feel like you was by yourself. Your childhood is our responsibility. Yet we get distracted by the ways of the world. And in the spirit, and in a split second, we fail to protect our little boys and girls. Please charge it to our head and not our heart. Forgive us always, and forgive us and allow us to have a fresh start. But if by chance we come up short again, know in Jesus you forever have a friend. What is a friend? A friend is someone you trust, you care about, enjoy spending time with, who provides support, who you share a bond with, and mutual respect. Let me tell you what a real friend in street terms, let me give you what that is. Your friends ain't picking at you because you use correct English. Your friends ain't picking at you because you missed a layup. Your friend is going to encourage you to do better. Your friends, if they on honor roll or they ain't gifted, they're going to encourage those attached to them to be in the gifted class. Because, see, you want somebody that motivates you. So when you look at the people that you really hang with, pay attention to the little things they say. Oh, you churchy, because you go to church. As a matter of fact, you need to invite them to church. And for my young adults, be mindful what you get invited to. How many women conference or men conference you've been invited to versus birthday parties? Pay attention. Because see, the other thing is, when they're your friends, you don't condone them bullying other people. Because true friends gonna empower, and those that they are around will continue to empower those that are associated. And when you really are a true friend, you don't have to dumb it down. Dumbing down mean I got nice clothes, but I'm put on Crocs and jogging pants because everybody else is doing it. Why are we afraid to be different? Don't be afraid to be different. Opportunities present itself to you, but you can't walk into them because you're not thinking for yourself. And see, the reason why it's important to catch you at a young age is because when you become an adult, those same opportunities don't exist. We're so quick to want to get a job. For what reasons? It's a difference when you're learning to save and provide, but to get them new shoes or you want a Hellcat by the time you're in the 11th grade, that's wrong. And the reason why is because you have to make sure that you're preparing and setting yourself up for success. But also, I want you to take a second and ask yourself, are you a friend? Are you really a friend? And then I want you to know, are those that you're associating with, are they really your friends? Proverbs 18:24 says, a man that has friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. See, if you're not friendly, meaning you're a bully, because some of y'all youth in here got a reputation of bullying. But see, I'm going back to the school system, so that'll be good too. But the other thing is, y'all have the reputation of bullying. So when you have a reputation of being a bully, nobody wants to deal with you. You wonder why parents don't want you staying over, because you're a bully. But see, I can't blame you for being a bully because it really starts with you, how you feel about you. So when you have a bully, see, I taught my baby at a young age, when she was bullied, I told her to say, don't be jealous, Jesus loves you too. And I had to teach her that because she started losing her identity based off those individuals she was with. It doesn't matter how secure your home is, they got to go to school. With kids, they're really just seeking some type of validation. I got some power because you scared of me. I'm taking your lunch money. Yeah, I see this front row. See, your body language say things that your mouth don't say, but I got you. But I want you to understand this too. How would you feel if that person you bullied committed suicide? See, that's the consequences that can happen when you're speaking negative things about people. You don't know what they go through at home. But yet, when you go to school, you're saying negative things. And to those individuals those youth that are blooming and blossoming, and a lot of people are really acknowledging you. Now, elevation gonna require some separation for you. And some of them are really beneficial buddies. You know what a beneficial buddy is? As long as we can ride in your car to school and I don't have to pay no gas, we good. But as soon as you say, hey, this week, let me ride with you, you no longer hear from them. Or when you have a skill, you can do hair or you can do nails, and as long as you're doing it free, they're your friend. But see, friends invest in friends, so that means she invests in your vision and your business to continue to encourage you. But no, friend don't mean you get it free. When you went to that hair store, they didn't give it to you. but you want me to do your hair for free. And see, time is your most valuable resource. So I'm spending 4 hours on your hair, and you just going to give me a thank you. Make it make sense. But that's your friend. But they go to somebody else and pay extra and a tip. Pay attention to that. And any vision that you have, if you don't fully believe it and support it, you can't expect nobody else to. And some people say, well, you shouldn't toot your own horn, baby. You don't know what I've been through. So I'm going to toot it sometime just to remind myself that, baby, you ain't where you used to be. I'm not where I used to be. I'm not. And see, you got to keep mind over the matter. And see, one thing about God, and we serve a jealous God, is the fact that he will strip you of everything so you depend on him. And see, when he strip you, he humbles you. And see, now he needs you to trust him wholeheartedly. Not the people that you work for, not the house, but he needs you to honor him and trust and have faith in him wholly. TLC had a song, What About Your Friends? See, when you in that valley, you know, when your mama light's about to get cut off and they know and they go tell everybody, that ain't your friend. So a real friend say, hey, how about we go pick up trash or try to rake leaves or something to help? That's what we used to do. But God has a way of humbling you. And when he's humbling you, it's uncomfortable because you feel naked. Everybody can see all my scars. But do you know that those scars can be art? They can be beautiful. Because see, those scars don't mean defeat. It just means I went through something and I'm still making it through. So don't get weary when these things happen. Don't get weary. Because see, that's when he needs you the most. Because see, what you think you had, God can elevate you so big that you like, I didn't deserve that, God. I didn't know. Because if I knew that, I would have continued to did it. I would have continued to do it. I would have done it a long time ago. But we turn up for everything but God. And see, when people praise God, they think something wrong with you. Something is wrong with me. I know whose I am. And the man and the person that I am, that is the strongest and the most powerful thing you can have. It don't matter what anybody else say, do, or have. When you know whose you are, you can walk in the room with nothing in your pocket but get the attention of the whole space because the energy that you have. Walk with your head held high. You woke up this morning. This too shall pass. Sometimes things happen for you to get closer. But you can't look at it through the lens of the world. You got to look at it through the lens of your heart. See, God don't come back for your shoes and your house. He come for your heart. Who did you help? Who did you serve? Because if you ain't serving nobody but you, then I want to see the benefits you get from that. Because you're not getting any benefits. And see, I challenge my youth. You know that one that's cussing because I hear it. And I'm the type of person, I don't care what your parents say. Baby, don't be saying that. You ain't got no business saying that. And I don't care what your parents say. Because at the end of the day, y'all are our present and our future. If something happened to me, I need y'all to take care of me. So if I'm not investing in y'all, then I'm not investing in myself. And y'all are God's children just like me. Do you know that the jails are built based off third grade? When you remember the assembly, you know, when they have the assemblies at the school, they sit and watch how they walk in there, what they dress like. If you dress your kid like a street person, they're going to act like one. So we got to start making sure they look like what they want to be. And see, when the kids come to school with the polo shirt or the button down, they getting picked at. Why? Because I like to iron clothes and put on clothes. Why? Because I love myself. We got to start empowering and pouring into these kids. Make them feel like they somebody because they are. Every morning when I look in that mirror, I don't care what I'm going through. I give myself a compliment. Do you hear me? Look, I hype my own self. I don't need a bestie to hype me up. I hype me up. And some people you will outgrow, and you have to be okay with that. There's a weight limit on my success, and some people can't go with me. Nothing personal, but you can't go with me. Because, see, the assignment I'm on, you don't have the assignment that I have, and you are a distraction to me getting this job done. But, see, a real friend will understand that and let you go on. They don't have to talk bad about you when you disconnect. Because, see, when I disconnect, it ain't about you, it's about me. Because when you have a spirit of discernment, and see, God has a way of warning you. You know how you get that warning before the storm? But sometimes we get so caught up that we don't see it. Now, you see the behavior, but we don't address it. So we're like, well, it's okay. No, correct it. So when you have that child doing that dance that's inappropriate and laughing, then when you got other people looking and saying stuff to them, now you confused. No, baby, you groomed that situation. We got to be mindful of that. It ain't like it used to be. It's not like it used to be at all. And I want y'all to understand this. Don't dim your light. Encourage them to upgrade their watts. Because if you're 100 watt and they are 40 watt, why would you go down to a 60 watt? You better elevate them, tell them to come on up. I will show you how to come up, but I can't go down. Because, see, I've been down too long, and it's hard for me to get back up when I get down now. Because, see, depression and everything kicks in. And that's something you got to understand. It ain't that when you lost your loved one that I didn't support you. Because I did. I prayed. I was there in spirit. But I couldn't show up physically because my mind and my heart won't let me, because I will go in a valley that is hard for me to get out of. So don't take it personal when certain people don't do the things you expect them to do. See, when you lose a loved one, it ain't when the funeral and the week after the funeral. It's months out when they need you the most. Pull up on me. How you doing? Let's go to lunch. Because, see, when it's brand new, you got a lot of support. Call me if you need me. They there for the moment. But it's 2 months out when you really losing your mind that you need them to show up. So that's what we got to start doing, showing up for people. Sometimes your presence alone is all is needed. You don't have to say a word. Just be there. Just listen. Just listen. And I encourage you to understand that life is going to come at you, but you need to be strong. And you keep holding on to that. You do. And one of the things that I've learned with working with the youth is that once they get a certain size as adults, we put them in an adult category. Baby, their mind's still a child. Sometimes we think about the ones that are athletes, not realizing that some of them just want to be on the team. I got a family. So we need to encourage that. Teach them that they can go to college and not play a sport and still succeed. I walked on to Benedict basketball team as a big girl, and my coach only picked 8 people, and when there was 65 that tried out, and I got partial scholarships, because let me tell you what she said. They may be more athletic than you. They may be smaller than you. They may have more skills and play more basketball than you, but they should never outwork you. They should never outwork you. And that simply means when you going in, give it 110%. You know that 10% you're reserving. You get it out of there. You get it out. Because when you do that, people underestimate you. And I know a lot of you have been underestimated because who you are attached to or who your parents are, who your grandparents are. And I'm going to tell you something. Whatever they did does not have to be your story. That does not have to be your story. And as adults, we need to quit associating negative things to these kids based off their parents, because they're their own individual selves. So give them a chance. Some people start dating when their kids start dating. Who their parents say, oh, no, you can't date that one. You don't even know this child. But we do it. But before I end, I want to say this. Do you know your foundation was not made by man's hands? Do you understand that? Your foundation was not made by man's hand. See, there's a few things I need you to understand. When your stressors knock you out and leave you in the dark, stand on his words. Not the words of anybody else, his words. Remember, Psalms 19, verse 105, the word is the lamp to my feet and the light to my path. So when you feel you're in the dark, the word is the light to your path. When you almost lost your mind, remember Joshua 1:9 told you to be strong and courageous and not be afraid, for the Lord God is with you wherever you go. Wherever you go, he's with you. That attack that's on your body, I think you forgot. 1 Corinthians 6:22 says, I was bought with a price. So, baby, let me remind you. We were made whole. We were made whole. That means those broken pieces of your life that you feel has destroyed you did not destroy you. It's in your mind. That situation you in may feel like you're defeated, but you're not. You're not defeated at all. All it is the mind trying to make you feel as if that situation will never change, but it will. Because what was meant for your bad is really working for your good, but you can't see it because you're so caught up in everything else. So when things happen to you that you think is bad, just ask God, what is the lesson in this? What is it that you want me to learn from this? What is it that I need to change? What is it that I'm doing that's not pleasing to you? Or is it that you having me go through it so somebody else can see me go through it to give them the encouragement that they can get through it too? See, he's so strategic in the things that he do, but you got to trust him. How can you trust somebody that you don't even know more than the person that wake you up every morning? We got to make these things make sense. You question God on why he took your loved ones, and you knew they believed in God. And according to John 3:16 and 17, they shall not perish but have eternal life. See, we question, and I admit sometimes you might get mad at God. I get it. But you got to understand that if they know God or if they knew God, then they will have eternal life. So you have to stand on that. See, depression tried to destroy your mind and body and spirit. But you forgot one thing. Whose you are. Just that simple. Whose you are. You are birthed into this world by your mother and father, but whose you are. If COVID didn't show you who's in charge, I don't know who else can tell you. See, your plan and his plan wasn't on the same accord. And that's something that we have to understand, that his plan is going to always go through. Don't get distracted when things are thrown at you. And when he removes people and situations from you, remember, lean not on your own understanding. See, when people start disconnecting with you, it ain't got nothing to do with you. So be still. It's going to be all right. He will put people in your life that will help you get over that. And he hears your cries. But see, when you straddle the fence, I'm guilty. I've straddled a lot of times. And when he's asking you to dance, he's still waiting. We walked and left him on the dance floor. We need to go back with him. Because that is the best friend and the most ultimate thing that we can possibly do is have that relationship with God. And understand this. When you feel alone, he carries you. And he loves you. And for my youth, when I had difficult moments in my life, when I was suicidal, when I felt worthless and those things, a woman by Tonya Gray taught me a prayer, and it was the serenity prayer. And it's, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Some things are out of your control. And you have to know what is in control and control the controllables. I love y'all. We need y'all. And if it's something we need to do better, say it. Call it out. Call it out. Hold us accountable. This world don't supposed to be like this for y'all. Well, the prison and jails looking better than the school and getting more funding. When we got unhoused people right in our little small town, where our public safety does not match the demographic of the people that live here, where we don't have people in high places that can help make decisions. And I'm going to say this one thing. I did a survey last week to the youth. What is it that you need? I put housing, education. This was 9 to 12-year-olds. Housing, education, safety, youth entertainment, unity, and what you think was the number one? For a 9 to 12-year-old, safety. Our kids don't feel safe. That's a problem. We can't expect nobody to protect our children better than we can because we're with them. Where is our village? How are we going to bridge the gap? Somebody got to step up. Even if it's one person, let's step up for our kids. Too many parents are burying their children. Too many parents are visiting the jail cell for their children. We got to do better. We got to do better. We got to invest in them. And time is the best investment. Time. They remember the time you spent, not the things you bought. That stuff go to Salvation Army as soon as they get a spot on it. They don't want to wash it. They go in the Salvation Army. So I just challenge you as adults to talk to our youth, not at them. And be mindful of the aggressiveness that you give, because you don't know who you're talking to. It could be a child that's about to really lose it, and you fussing at them, and you wondering why they're disrespectful, because they don't know how to channel their emotions yet. They don't. So I just encourage you from this day forward to love on each other, make memories with each other, forgive each other. Forgiveness is the biggest thing. Forgive, because you miss too many opportunities of great memories when you fail to forgive. I love y'all, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I need y'all to survive. We in this thing together. There's no race, there's no gender, there's no nothing. When it comes to the love of God, there's none of that. We're all his children. We got to start loving each other more. Because, see, love conquers all, even the hate. You got to love them, even when they don't love themselves. Just love them. Thank you.